One of the biggest things between Excel 2003 and 2010 is the file format. A file created in Excel 2003 will have the extension XLS on the end. A file created in 2010 format will have the extension XLSX on the end. So there's a big difference between the file formats for 2003 and 2010. The file format in 2010 is really good because it actually makes the files really small. For example, if I had a file in Excel 2003 and it was 10 megs, typically when I convert it to 2010, it's a third to a quarter or a fraction of the original size. So that's a good thing. I'll demonstrate what I mean. I'm going to create a new file and I'm just going to use the New Document button on my Quick Access toolbar. Now this file, I want to save it as a 2003 file. So I'll turn around and I'll go to my Save As button on the Quick Access toolbar, but you can just as easily go to File and choose Save or Save As, but I'll go back to Home and I'll use my Save As button. I want to save this as an Excel 97, particularly 2003 workbook. I'll save it to my desktop and I'll just call it Example. And it's going to save it as an Excel 97 2003 workbook, which is an XLS file. And I'll hit Save. Now if I was to close that file, and I'll just hit the X in the top right corner of my screen to close it, and if I was to turn around and then open the file, and I'll just use my Open command or Open Recent, and I'll open my recent file called Example on the desktop. What you see here up in the title bar, particularly in square brackets, are two words, Compatibility Mode. Compatibility Mode means this file is not a true 2010 file, and this will happen with a lot of your old files that haven't been converted. Any old Excel 2003 files, when opened, will show Compatibility Mode in square brackets, and you can make the decision when you're ready to convert them to 2010. Now if you want to convert a file to 2010 and change it from an XLS to an XLSX file, you would then go to File in the ribbon and you would choose Convert. And this only appears if it's a file that says Compatibility Mode. So Convert, this button is only here if you're in a file that says Compatibility Mode. So I'm going to click this so that some of the new features in 2010 I can start working with, which aren't available if I haven't converted to 2010. So I'm going to convert the file. It says to me it will convert it to the current file format, which allows you to use the new features, and it reduces the file size, much like I was saying. You don't lose the original file because you'll still have Example XLS. You'll be generating a completely new file called Example XLSX. So you won't lose your original. So I'll just choose OK. And I'll just choose Yes. And what you find here is Compatibility Mode in square brackets has disappeared and XLSX is showing here. This file has been converted to an Excel 2010 file, and now I can take advantage of all the new features in 2010. But if I then wish to share it with somebody who doesn't have 2010, then I need to save it as a 97 2000 workbook. So you save as when you want to convert it to 2003, and you go to File and Convert when you want to take it up to 2010.